Keep cross. Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with another reaction to someone who is very, very special to both of us and also just very special in general. We're gonna be reacting to Lay's new music video.
It's lit.
Literally. The title is lit.
Okay, Peyton, please tell me more about Lay's comeback.
It would be my honor. So, this is the title track off of his most recent album. It is called Lit, and it tells the story of the Lord. And the pre-release track, Jade, was supposed to be inspired by the Lady, so the Lord and the Lady, from a traditional Chinese opera. So that was where the inspiration for the storylines come from. The album itself is supposed to be telling about occurrences that happen in this life and in past lives, and just I'm so excited because he's so talented.
Okay,
I'm so ready.
it worked.
And there's sound this time.
Oh, this is so intense already. This makes me think of like the old historical dramas.
Oh my gosh. I always say that Lay is like a prince, but like he really looks like one in that shot.
Yeah, he does. Oh.
I wonder if this, like...
Is this from the original opera?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
They surrounded him. Also, we know this is gonna be really intense. This is like over 5 minutes long.
Oh, it's gonna be like a mini movie. I'm so excited.
The gong sound.
Lit.
That sudden change. Oh.
I'm speechless.
What is happening? This is like really different from his past stuff, I feel like.
I am lit. Oh
I am lit.
I feel bad because I'm not saying anything.
I know, we like really have not spoken. I'm just like so... Okay, yeah, that figure with like the claw nails is really like...
Yes, you are. I don't know what I was expecting.
It was not this.
But it was not this.
Right?
But this is epic.
Right? Oh, this freaking dragon in the back. Wait, what?
Oh, that was so cool.
Oh, the do. This really is like a movie.
It really is like a movie.
Oh.
I was going to say, Leia is one of my favorite dancers.
Oh.
Is this like a break?
I don't know. But yeah, I'm real sorry to everyone because we really haven't been saying anything. I'm sorry, wait, is this just gonna be like a minute long with credits? Hold up.
Hold up. I'm all for giving credit where credit is due, but I don't want to react to the credits. I think before we say any comments, we're both just gonna say sorry that we were basically silent for the entire reaction. I don't know about you, Anna, but I was just kind of entranced. Like, I felt like I was watching a movie. That being said, I actually don't have a ton to say, and a big reason for that is usually I give like dance comments or performance comments, but Lay is one of like the people that I personally look up to the most in terms of like dance and work ethic and like style, and not just in like the entertainment industry, but just in general. Like, he and Taemin are up there with my ballet idols, and so he's not someone that I feel like I can give commentary on. But I will say that one thing that I noticed that I thought was really interesting and really tied into the whole overarching theme that was really present of this like traditional Chinese elements in it is there were definitely aspects of the dance that they showed that were using more of those traditional Chinese movements, whereas Lay, I feel like, typically tends to do more like hip-hop genre dances, even though he is very good at other genres as well. And he actually, for a hip-hop dancer, moves with a lot of grace that is usually seen in like ballet, but traditional Chinese dancing is actually, like, when I watch it, it's very balletic. It's more along the lines of ballet, so it's something I'm more familiar with, and they had a lot of those very pretty like hands and arm movements that I can't do because they'll go out of frame and you won't be able to see them. But I thought that was really interesting because there were definitely moments where he was showing off his like more main style that's more like hip-hop, like hard-hitting, more of like a driving force, but especially at the beginning they highlighted more of that like soft, subtle, gentle grace. So I really liked that. And then like cinematography was just beautiful. It really felt like watching a movie. Knowing that it came from the traditional Chinese opera, I think helped because it like centered the fact that they had the lotus flowers and they had the dragon behind it and they had those more traditional Chinese elements, and it was, I don't know, like it really was just epic. Like, there's no word for it other than epic in my mind. I love Lay. I will always support Lay in anything he does. Oh, I just remembered my own train of thought. The reason that I thought it was interesting that they used all of those more traditional Chinese elements was because we went back afterwards and looked at the lyrics, because obviously neither of us speak Chinese. There's like lines in there about how he's the king and he's going to bring like China to the rest of the world and kind of show off all of this stuff. And I thought that was a really good touch because Lay is a very influential person, not just in China, but like all over the world. And he's really highlighting like the beautiful aspects of Chinese culture. So I thought that was really cool. I love Lay. Anna, your turn.
Okay, first thing that I want to say is like piggybacking off her comment about like all the lotus flowers and like traditional Chinese elements. Like, since we went back and looked at the lyrics afterwards, I thought it was so cool and like it explains so much as to why there are so many lotus flowers, because the word lit literally means lotus. But anyways, so I usually speak about the music. The thing is, like, similarly to Peyton, I feel like I can't speak on the music. Similar to Peyton's reasons for dance in regards to Lay, I have the same feelings about like music in regards to Lay. But also just because he doesn't really sing in this song. I was telling Peyton, it feels more like a spoken word. But yeah, like, since I would usually like talk about singing technique or something, like I can't really comment on that because he doesn't really sing in this song. I will say that I feel like this style is really different from the past title tracks of his that I remember, though. I think in regards to like how his voice is working in the song, the most similar thing I can think of is Honey, but even then that's a very different style of song. But in Honey, he does that whole like speaking, like whispering thing, like honey, yeah, but even then that's like super different from this. And then the last thing that I'm going to say is that this style of music isn't really my style. Like, I don't typically go out of my way to listen to this style of music. But one thing that I will say is that the beat that is just continuously going on in the background, that doesn't really change too much. One thing that I thought was cool was how he incorporates traditional Chinese instruments into that underlying beat the whole time as well. Because I feel like it really just is like what his whole message is. Like, he's trying to combine like Chinese elements and more like modern mainstream elements and like show it to the world and like introduce Chinese culture and music in a way that the whole world can be receptive to it. So even though the song isn't typically my style, I will still support because I support Lay and I love Lay.
But that's it. I feel like this is very different from most of our reaction videos.
I know. TLDR, support Lay.
And if you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit your notification bell, and bye-bye.